So the master mode for Salvation's Edge first encounter is out, and I'm pretty sure most people already know, but essentially it is the Scenic Route. And what that means is when your two teams split up into your teams of 3, one team normally gets a Minotaur, the Overload Minotaur, in their 3rd room, while the other team gets their Overload Minotaur in the 4th room. Now normally you never even see that 4th one because in a normal run you just kill the 3rd one instantly. The challenge is to kill the 4th Overload and not the 3rd one. But here's a quick tip though. I know a lot of people are trying to figure out, okay, just run through until you find the first Overload, and then whoever finds their first Overload, they keep it and they don't kill it and stuff like that. But then you run into the issue of both teams need to, focus on clearing rooms and stuff like that. There is a much easier way to go about doing this challenge, and that is by finding out which team has to kill their Overload right from the very first room. You don't have to worry about waiting to see who sees it first. There is a guaranteed way to know which team is on the short path, where it's in the 3rd room, and which team is on the long path, where it's on the 4th room. And it is based on the ads that you see in the rooms. When you enter a room, if you see 2 goblins, hobgoblins, that means that you are on the long path. When you see 2 attendants, you are on the short path. So what you're seeing in the background is gameplay from contest mode, where we were just doing it normally. So you'll see whenever there are attendants in our room, we're going to be killing it because again, we're doing it normally. So we're trying to kill it on the 3rd one. So here you'll see we've just killed 2 goblins. That means the other team is going to kill the Overload first because they will be the ones that get it on their 3rd room, because we are on the long path because we have hobgoblins there on the left. Now, this is very important because this allows you to optimize things very nicely. For the hobgoblin team, because they are on the path that has to go and kill their Overload, they just run through like normal. But prioritize killing the minotaurs that you see. Not the Overload, but any other minotaurs as well. Because the way that the doors work is that when you kill a minotaur on your side, it spawns a Hydra for the opposing team. And the opposing team has to kill their Hydra to open up your door. So what you can do is that the team that has the hobgoblins, so they are on the long path, focus on killing minotaurs. For the team that is not on the long path, that know they do not need to kill a minotaur, they just don't run forward. They can stay in that first room after clearing that first set of ads, and anytime the minotaur on the opposing side is killed, the Hydra will spawn in that same room with them, and they can just spawn kill it instantly. So after 2 kills of a Hydra, the short team can then head to the middle and help instantly nuke that tormentor, and then you rinse and repeat. Again, every time you see the hobgoblin, that is the long path, that is the team that has to go forward. If you do not see hobgoblins, you are on the short path, you are on the team that will stay and nuke the Hydra in the first room. Another little optimization is knowing where the sending and receiving rooms are. So the first send room is always going to be wherever the Overload dies. That is always going to be the sending room. The receiving room will always be the very next room that you would have gone to, assuming that you would have carried on along that path. So if, for example, let's say your very first room as the hobgoblin team is the spawn room, and then from the spawn room you go to the back right room, and then you go to the mid right room, and then you kill the Overload in the bottom right basement room. That bottom right basement is going to be the start, and the very next room that you would have gone to along that path would have been the back room between the 2 basements, which means that that will be the receiving room for that plate that you just killed or activated by killing that Overload. So again, just jumping here to the 3rd and final phase of this regular clear. So again, we're doing this the opposite way, not master mode or not challenge mode. And you can see here as we enter this back spawn room, there are 2 hobgoblins at the top. That means again, we are on the long path. So in theory, if this were challenge mode, we would go and we would run through and kill our Overload on the 4th room. But you'll see here, our opposing team will get their Overload in their room sooner before us. So they will be the ones to kill the Overload. You'll see in the feed in a second. Like here, you can already see we're in our 3rd room and we do not have an Overload. That's a regular Minotaur. And you can see that they are stunning theirs. And again, that's because we have the hobgoblins in our room, so we are on the long path. They have attendants in their room. Yeah, hopefully that helped, and hopefully you can get your master challenges done. Or regular challenge, if you don't feel like doing master, I guess.